Hello, aspirants. Welcome to IAS Mentorship. With the successful completion of our many of the sessions related to prelims bites, that is your international relations, mapping, and then we also completed science and technology in a very comprehensive way. Now, this session is purely focusing on your economics part, which is very important once again. And in this lecture, I have covered each and everything related to economy that will be very important for your upcoming examinations. Okay. Here, what we will be doing, we are covering around 1 to 1.5 years of current affairs. And apart from learning those current affairs, we will also be linking it with static concept. So basic. So with this agenda, we will be having a proper, holistic, comprehensive coverage of your economy at just one single place. And if you have not watched our previous sessions on prelims by that is your IR mapping and your science and tech, you can go to the IS Mentorship YouTube channel and there you can find for the same. Do give us feedback. We are getting your positive feedback and thanks for that. It gives us a lot of motivations to come out with some more innovative ideas for you, which will help you in your examinations. So, with this, let us start our session and talk about the first topic, that is your twin deficit problem. Basically, twin deficit problem. Here, twin refers to two, deficit refers to the mismatch, and problem is your problem. So twin deficit problem basically happens when there is current account deficit along with the fiscal deficit. Both the deficits are present there. That is why we are saying twin deficit problem. Now understand one thing. What is your current account deficit? What do you mean by current account deficit? All the transactions in the day-to-day transactions which all happening. Okay, day-to-day transactions, what all the government of India is doing, whether be it of import, export, remittances, inflow of from outside money, okay, that comes into your current account. Clear? That comes into your current account. And when it is deficit, which means that it is in deficit condition, which means that the outflow of rupee is more than the inflow of dollar. Clear? That is why deficit is being happening. Now, what do you mean by fiscal deficit? Fiscal deficit refers to a situation where government expenditure is more than its income. In other words, for example, if government is earning 100 billion, but government is spending 150 billion on the development of the country, now we can say that the government is going on to the fiscal deficit. The extra 50 billion is equals to the fiscal deficit. Understood? So this is your twin deficit problem. Basically, two types of deficit are occurring here. That is why twin deficit problem. The nation's current account deficit along with the fiscal deficit is your twin deficit problem. Now, what can happen in this type of problem basically? Okay, basically sometimes they are not harmful. Why? Because if we see that if fiscal deficit is going on, this means that government is focusing on the expenditure for creation of proper welfare state, it is spending out. Okay, so from that viewpoint we can say that okay, that's fine. But however, if it goes for a long term, okay, for a longer duration of time, that then it can cause a huge problem. Okay, then it may result in the lowering of national saving rates. It can also increase foreign borrowing cost, and there will be rise in interest rates as well. Along with the rise of interest rate, exchange rate are also rising. So this refers to your twin deficit problem, and eventually what will happen, the exports will become more expensive in the international market, which will lower the competitiveness of Indian goods. Clear? So this is your twin deficit problem. Okay, I hope you are clear with the first topic. Now moving to the next topic, that is your shrinkflation. Now basically I would like to explain this with an example. Just imagine that you have bought one Parle-G biscuit in the year 2020 and it contains how many biscuit? Originally it contains 10 biscuit. 10 pieces of Parle-G was there with 10 for 10 rupees. Clear? Now what happens? You go to the same market and you ask for that same biscuit. 10 rupees you give. The shopkeeper also gives you the Parle-G, but however inside that packet there are only 7 biscuits. There are only 7 biscuits. Basically what has happened, price has not changed. Price has remained same. 10 rupees in 2020 also, 10 rupees in 2023 also. However, the pieces have been reduced to compensate the increased price. Okay. Basically this is a trick for the customers to rely on the shopkeepers and the market prices. Okay. Prices are not being changed, but eventually the quantity is being reduced. Quantity is shrinking. What is the basic definition of your dictionary meaning of your shrink? Shrink means to lessen in the size. Okay. So shrinkflation refers to when a product downsizes its quantity while keeping the price same. That only I have explained here. Clear? Here also it is given the example of a scoop of ice cream. You can see. Why basically they are doing it? Because prices of everything has been increasing. Now if I increase the price of this 10 rupee Parle-G biscuit to 15 rupee, people will buy less. But now what shopkeepers are doing to compensate it, to balance it, to offset it, the price is being same, the quantity is being reduced. Okay. So this is your shrinkflation. This is also referred to as packet downsizing. We have already seen that in business and academic research. Clear? Basically, macroeconomic situation where the economy is contracting while also experiencing a price level rise. In that situation, shrinkflation happens. Clear? Okay. At the same time, shrinkflation can frequently lead to customer frustration and deteriorating the customer sentiment. Obviously, at one point of time you have bought this biscuit for 10 people and then you find out just that अरे यहाँ पे तो 7 ही बिस्किट है यार, बाकी 3 कहाँ गए? So this will eventually create a customer frustration. Clear? And eventually जो product का brand है उससे भी faith lose होने लगेगा. So this is everything about shrinkflation. Nothing but just reducing the quantity of a product, उसका प्राइस सेम रखते हुए. क्लियर? फाइन. मूविंग अहेड, नेक्स्ट टॉपिक इज पीएम किसान, प्रधानमंत्री किसान सम्मान योजना. Let us see basically what it is. You should know the full form of PM Kisan, Kisan Samman Nidhi. I am writing here. Kisan Samman Nidhi. This scheme was launched in the year 2019 and remember this is a fully central sector scheme. What do you mean by central sector scheme? Basically there are two types of scheme. One is centrally sponsored and second is central sector scheme. So in central sector 100% funding is given by Government of India, national level, central level. The center pays the 100% amount of the whatever needed for the purpose of implementation. However, in centrally sponsored scheme, your government, central government and your state government, both are contributing. Okay. So that is you need to know. As it is saying PM Kisan, obviously it will be implemented by Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. Basically understand in this scheme, 6,000 rupees is being given to the farmers despite of their size of land holdings. Earlier what used to happen, there was a cap that if a farmer is holding 2 hectares, less than 2 hectares, then only they will be given the 6,000. However, this capping has been removed. Now farmers are given 6,000 per year in 3 installments, which means that 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. Okay, in 1 year they are getting in 3 installments 600 rupees, irrespective of the size of the land holding. And who is responsible for identifying the beneficiaries? Completely state and UT governments. Clear? So this is your PM Kisan, you need to know. Next is your purple revolution. You can see the picture. So beautiful revolution. Basically what it is your lavender. This purple revolution has been launched by Ministry of Science and Technology. Generally what will people do? They will think that it's a revolution related to your agriculture and so on. So this will be from Ministry of Agriculture. No, this is from Ministry of Science and Technology through CSIR. Basically, it involves the cultivation of lavender as a new aroma crop in Kashmir Himalayas. Remember it. Understood? Kashmir Himalayas. Where basically at which point? Doda, Kishtawar, Rajouri, Ramban and Pulwama. Clear? And for the first time, farmers have been given to promote this purple revolution's lavender sampling for free of cost. Earlier they used to give money around 5 to 6 rupees per sapling, but now to increase or to promote the purple revolution, farmers are being given free sample. Clear? Okay. Let us move ahead and see what it is The aromatic oil extracted from the flowers can sell for more than 100,000 per kg. So that is why it is being promoted. What is being promoted? Your purple revolution. They are also getting help from IIM Jammu to sell their produce. Clear? But you also need to know that large scale lavender cultivation is just limited to Jammu Kashmir. However, governments from various states such as your Himachal Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand are also trying to increase their production. Clear? Remember Jammu Kashmir. Okay. This revolution has a very large scale base in Jammu Kashmir. Moving ahead, let us learn about your saffron ball project. You can see what is the meaning of saffron in Hindi. Kesar. And what is it about basically? See, for the most of the time in India, the saffron cultivation, or we are also known as the saffron bowl of India, was just confined to Kashmir. Okay, but now with the help of nectar, I will tell you what is nectar. Okay, with the help of nectar, the full form of nectar is Northeast Center for Technology Application and Reach. What have been done? This cultivation of saffron has been transferred to or has been spread to Northeast also. Okay, earlier just it was confined to your Kashmir, but now nectar. Okay, nectar has promoted the growth of saffron in the northeast region as well. And remember that the Pampore region of Kashmir, very important fact I am going to mark. The Pampore region of Kashmir is also known as saffron bowl of Kashmir. Clear? क्यों saffron bowl? Because it was a main contributor to saffron production. और कौन-कौन से जगह हैं? बुडगम, श्रीनगर, किश्तवाड़ डिस्ट्रिक्ट जो है saffron. Another very important fact that in the year 2020, Kashmir saffron got the GI tag. What is your geographical indication tag? Basically, it is given to those products that are very special for a particular geography. ठीक है? That is now if I say that recently the pan of Banaras has been designated or it has got a geographical indication tag for its speciality just confined to Banaras. Clear? So this is your saffron bowl project, and as I have already told you, nectar played a very important role here. Okay. Yeah, it has been expanded to northeast. And also northeast, particularly which locations? Arunachal Pradesh and Meghalaya. Clear? Okay. Next topic, very important and interesting topic, That is your one district, one product initiative. Clear? Basically, as the word is saying, one district, one product, basically it's an approach adopted under which scheme? Under PM Formalization of Micro Food Processing Enterprises PMF ME स्कीम के अंदर पे ये वन डिस्ट्रिक्ट वन प्रोडक्ट का इनिशिएटिव लॉन्च हुआ है. Which department is responsible? The Department of Industry and Internal Trade, and this department comes under Ministry of Commerce and Industry. What is the aim basically? Aim is to promote a staple and competitive product from a specific area to push the sales and improve the standard of living of the local population. Important thing. Basically, this concept, this beautiful concept has been originated from Japanese business development. And in India, if we talk about in India, Uttar Pradesh is the first state to launch this concept of one district, one product in which year? 2018. Here I have marked some of the very important one district, one product such as your orange of Nagpur, pomegranate of your Maharashtra, then your guava of your Prayagraj. Clear? So all these have been coffee from Coorg. Okay? All these are one district, one product. Basically, they are trying to find out that product which has a very crucial importance in that particular geography, one district, and then what they are doing, they are promoting the growth of it. Also, it will offer a framework for value chain development. Okay, obviously. Remember that in one district there might be more than one cluster of ODOP products. Okay. Basically, this statement can come in your prelims examination that one district will have one product only. No. It can have a cluster of ODOP products. And there may be cluster of ODOP products consisting of more than one adjacent district in a state. Clear? What it is saying? It is saying that in one district there can be more ODOP. And what else it is saying? That one ODOP can be present in more than one district. Clear? Yeah. State would be identifying those food items which need to be kept in ODOP. Basically, they are based in perishable produce, cereal, food product that is widely produced in the region. Examples you can see: mangoes, potatoes, pickles, millet-based product, etc. Understood? All other examples have been written here. You can go through it. Basically, just understand what is the ODOP product. And these 2 points are very important. That in one district, एक डिस्ट्रिक्ट में भैया एक से ज्यादा प्रोडक्ट भी हो सकते हैं और वो जो प्रोडक्ट है वो एक या दूसरे डिस्ट्रिक्ट या एडजेसेंट डिस्ट्रिक्ट में भी प्रेजेंट हो सकता है. ठीक है, चलो. Let us move ahead and learn about new topic, that is your para-boiled rice. अच्छा, अगर मैं बोलूं डिक्शनरी मीनिंग ऑफ para-boiled, this is not parboiled, this is your para-boiled rice. अगर मैं बात करूं कि parboiled, अगर मैं डिक्शनरी मीनिंग बोलूं तो आप क्या समझते हो? व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय parboiled? बताइए. व्हाट इज parboiled rice? Basically, it's a half boiled rice, partially boiled. That is, इसको parboiled rice बोल रहे हैं. Partially boiled at the paddy stage before milling. मिलिंग करने के पहले ही इसको अगर आधा बॉईल कर दिया जाए तो आपका parboiled राइस होगा. क्लियर? एंड दिस प्रैक्टिस इज नॉट न्यू. ये न्यू नहीं है, ये एंशिएंट टाइम से चलता आ रहा है. क्लियर? एशियन टाइम से. अगर मैं बात करूं इंस्टीट्यूट की, तो द पैडी प्रोसेसिंग रिसर्च सेंटर दैट इज इन द थंजावुर, तमिलनाडु, फॉलोज अ मेथड ऑफ बॉइलिंग दिस राइस. उस मेथड को क्रोमेट सोकिंग प्रोसेस भी बोलते हैं. वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट स्टेटमेंट, क्रोमेट सोकिंग प्रोसेस. बेसिकली 3 स्टेप्स आते हैं पैराबॉइल्ड राइस में: सोकिंग, स्टीमिंग एंड ड्राइंग. क्लियर? एंड आफ्टर पासिंग ऑफ दीज 3 stages, पैडी गोज फॉर द मिलिंग. Clear? Fine. So basically why we are doing this type of, why we are boiling this partially boiled, because it is increasing the nutrients. बहुत ज़्यादा न्यूट्रिएंट इसका इंक्रीज हो जाता है. However, there is one demerit here for the paraboiled rice. One demerit is that बहुत smelly हो जाता है rice. Rice becomes very smelly. The aroma goes out because the rice is soaked in water for a very long time. And next is the machines which we are using here for the parboiling. It is very costly. Two demerits are there for your paraboiled rice, you should remember. Clear? Fine. Let us move ahead and see what is J form. It's a very new thing, I must say, and I think that most of you not be knowing about this J form. Basically, it's a receipt. Receipt of what? Receipt of a farmer's agricultural produce in mandis. एक फार्मर कितना मंडी में प्रोड्यूस किया है उसका रिसीट है. इट्स एन इनकम प्रूफ फॉर ए फार्मर्स हु सेल हिज क्रॉप. सो जे फॉर्म इज इनकम प्रूफ ऑफ ए फार्मर्स हु इज सेलिंग क्रॉप्स इन द मंडी. ओके. Earlier these forms were issued by Arthias, the commission agents. And why this form has came into picture? Because it can help in raising finance, IT waivers, subsidy claims, farmers insurance. By showing this J form, the exact income, farmers can claim many of the benefits provided by the government. Clear? And it will also act as a land record. Yeah. Okay. For both your wheat and paddy crops. And it can also be stored in DigiLocker. Now I hope that you all know what is DigiLocker. Clear? I don't need to explain to you all. Let us move ahead and see what is next. Next is your PACs. Primary Agricultural Credit Societies. Basically, they are that organization that are giving small and medium loans to farmers. Clear? ये छोटे और मीडियम तरह के लोन देते हैं फार्मर्स को फॉर कैरिंग आउट वेरियस एग्रीकल्चरल एंड फार्मिंग एक्टिविटीज. अंडरस्टूड? Basically, it works at very grassroots level, that is your gram panchayat and village levels. The first PAC was formed in which year? 1904, before the India got independence. That till from that date it is being working. Clear? You need to know about it. And basically 3-tier structure are having in financial disbursement. Okay, 3-tier structure. The PAC is the lowest unit. Then other 2 tiers are state cooperative banks and district central cooperative bank. What it is saying here? In the upper end, state cooperative banks come. Then district cooperative banks come. Then what comes here? Primary agricultural cooperative society. All these society banks are helping farmers to carry out the activities by giving them short and medium term loans. Clear? Understood? Okay. Let us move ahead and see the next topic, that is your one nation one fertilizer. Okay. Basically one nation one fertilizer. What in this program? The companies are allowed to display their name, brand, logo and other relevant information only on 1/3 space of their bag. Suppose if that this is my bag, just in this part, just in 1/3 part, the company can provide the company logo, what type of fertilizer, and they can display their whatever they want to do. But in the rest part, they have to write the Bharat brand. Okay, and Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Jan Urvarak Pariyojana logo will be shown here, not the company's logo. Understood? Basically, companies are different, they are producing different fertilizers, however branding is same. Branding is your Bharat, and they have given the 1/3 space for companies to show their brand or logo if they want to know. Everything including urea, diammonium phosphate, muriate of potash, nitrogen phosphate would become Bharat urea, Bharat DAP. Clear? Basically they are branding every fertilizer with the Bharat. Okay. And the one more important thing that this schemes applies to both public and private sector company guys. यही स्टेटमेंट आपको कंफ्यूज करेगा, आप लोग इसको काट देंगे कि मैम ये तो एक्सट्रीम स्टेटमेंट है और हाउ इट कैन अप्लाई टू द प्राइवेट सेक्टर कंपनी. नो, दिस इज योर exception. This is applied to both. Okay, and it will also try to bring uniformity in fertilizer brand across the country. Easy thing, easy topic था ये. कुछ facts आपको जानने थे जो मैंने आपको बता दिया. Next important thing is Kurki. What is Kurki? Kurki means attachment of farmers' land already pledged to the money lending institution or individuals in case of loan default. Understood what it is saying? Basically ये farmer land का एक attachment है जो वो उधार लेने के लिए lenders को दिया है. Okay? In case of loan default, they can make use of Kurki to take money out of it. Apart from banks, private money lenders, commission agents also get these decrees against the farmers from time to time. This execution, this taking of Kurki in case of if farmers defaults the loan, it comes under the section 60 of Civil Procedure Code of 1908. Clear? Okay. This is everything about Kurki you should be knowing. The process begins after the money lender moves to the court to get the Kurki in case the farmer is unable to pay back his loan. So Kurki was sometimes seen in the news refers to mortgage land of farmer or attachment of a farmer's land which money lenders can take control if the farmers defaults the payment. Understood? Okay. Basically, in Kurki, the attachment of farmer's land as well as his tractor can be done as per the section 60. Now, basically, there were many attempts to ban this process of Kurki. How? In 2017, Punjab abolished section 67A of Punjab Cooperative Societies Act that enabled cooperatives to recover unpaid loans through auctioning of mortgage land of farmers. However, Punjab has abolished this section because they were not liking this Kurki. The way of taking money was not likened by your Punjab. Okay. Next, very important, your grain, that is your millets. 2023, it has been designated as International Year of Millets. So it is very important for you to learn everything about millets. Okay, focus on this topic. Clear? Now basically Millet Export Promotion Program. It's a program that will help to promote the exportation of your millets. Who will do this? APEDA will do this. Okay. Basically, this will showcase millets and its value-added products at global platform. This is basically responsible for the promotion of millets export. It will also organize food sampling at the retail level and in the key local bazaars of targeted countries where consumers can gain familiarity. Okay. What government is doing? Government is also mobilizing startups for export promotion. Ready to eat, ready to serve, such type of innovations is being going on to promote the millets export. Clear? Yeah. So you need to remember millets. Now, why millets are important? Why do you think why this year 2023 has been designated as millets year? Yeah, APEDA full form is your Agricultural and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority. Clear? It was established by government under the Act in 1985. What are the advantages of millets? Advantages is it's very nutritious. It can tolerate any kind of temperature. So this gives a relief to farmers also. It can grow in less amount of water also, it can go in bright sun also, and it is giving us high nutritious value also. And if I talk about what are the millets, then sorghum, ragi, bajra, okay, these are all your millets. Next important topic is your natural rubber plantation. Basically, it's a commercial plantation crop. Plantation crop refers to those type of crop which has been growing for your commercial purpose on a very large scale. Okay, what is the tree species responsible? Hevea brasiliensis. Now understand rubber is in news. You need to understand the climatic conditions responsible for its growth. It is grown in tropical humid climatic conditions. Tropical humid climate, basically, which means that sun and rainfall both are necessary. Places: Thailand, Indonesia, Malaysia, Vietnam, China and India are the major producers. India is the world's fifth largest producer of natural rubber and also the second biggest consumer of the material. Fifth producer, second consumer. Clearly? Now, 40% of the natural rubber in India is being met through the import. The 40% need of India's rubber comes from import, not from the domestic growth. Clear? Basically, as per the latest report by Rubber Board, what has been projected that the natural rubber production and consumption in India during this year was 8,50,000 tons and 12,90,000 tons respectively. This much amount of rubber is being consumed by India. That is why India is the second biggest consumer. And now your assignment is, who is the first biggest consumer? First biggest consumer of rubber. You need to comment the answer in comment section after the class gets over. Understood? Next. Moving on to the next scheme, that is your PM Pranam scheme. It is very important. What is the full form of Pranam? Promotion for alternate nutrients for agriculture management Yojana. Clear? Basically, this scheme aims to reduce the chemical fertilizer by giving some incentives to the states. To reduce the use of chemical fertilizer by incentivizing states. Clear? No separate budget will be there and will be financed through the savings of the existing fertilizer subsidy only. No separate thing will be written in the budget. Clear? Around 50% of the subsidy saving will be passed on. And under this, 70% of the grant provided under this scheme can be used for asset creation related to technology adoption of alternate fertilizer और अदर थिंग. बेसिकली क्या बोला जा रहा है कि आप लोगों स्टेट को जितना भी पैसा मिलेगा उसमें से 70% ऑफ द मनी दे कैन यूज इन ब्रिंगिंग आउट दोस टाइप ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी जो हेल्प करेंगे केमिकल फर्टिलाइजर्स को रिड्यूस करने में. दिस इज योर पीएम प्रणाम. प्रमोशन फॉर ऑल्टरनेट न्यूट्रिएंट्स फॉर एग्रीकल्चर मैनेजमेंट. ओके. और जो रिमेनिंग 30% है, that can be used for rewarding and encouraging farmers, panchayats, FPO, self-help groups जो involved हैं. मतलब कि 70% of the money आपका asset creation में जाएगा. That will help in reducing chemical fertilizer. And remaining 30% will be used for encouraging, cheering your farmers that they are doing such a great initiative. Clear? The government will compare the state's increase or decrease in the use of chemical fertilizer in year to its average consumption in last 3 years. भाई रिजल्ट भी तो चेक करना पड़ेगा ना कि कितना चला कितना नहीं चला, तो गवर्नमेंट इस तरह से चेक करेगी. ओके. Moving ahead, let us see what is next. Next is your प्रधानमंत्री फसल बीमा योजना PMFBY. This is a central government flagship scheme, crop insurance scheme, which was launched in 2016. Fasal Bima. Bima is your insurance, Fasal is your crop insurance scheme. पहले क्या था, अर्लियर इसके जगह पे था हमारा नेशनल एग्रीकल्चरल इंश्योरेंस स्कीम NAS. NAS को रिप्लेस करके आ गया है हमारा NAS is being replaced by PMFBY in the year 2060. Clear? The restructured weather-based crop insurance scheme is another flagship scheme. ये भी एक दूसरा इंश्योरेंस स्कीम है, वो भी 2016 में लॉन्च हुआ था. They are promoting agricultural sustainable production by what they are doing, providing financial support to the farmers suffering from crop loss, damage arising of unforeseen events. Clear? They will be providing financial support in case that there is any type of crop loss होता है तो उनको finance support मिलेगा in form of insurance. This is your PM फसल बीमा योजना. This is all the aim of this scheme to ensure the credit worthiness, crop diversification, growth, enhance growth, competitiveness, ये सब जो है ध्यान में रहेगा. This will stabilize farmer income. तो stabilize होगा तो वो कभी रुकेंगे नहीं काम करने से. They will continue doing farming. They will encourage farming to adopt innovative and modern agricultural practices. Implementing agency कौन होगी? हर एक स्टेट से अपनी चूज की गई इंश्योरेंस कंपनी विल बी द इम्प्लीमेंटिंग एजेंसी. लिस्ट ऑफ इंश्योरेंस कंपनी और ये प्रोसेस होगा बिडिंग के थ्रू. क्लियर? हर एक स्टेट अपने अपने स्टेट लेवल पे इंश्योरेंस कंपनी चूज कर सकती है. क्लियर? ओके. नेक्स्ट इज योर इंडिया शुगर इंडस्ट्री. वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट अगेन. What is sugar? It's a highly water intensive crop cultivated in tropical and subtropical area. Needs water in a very huge amount. It grows in hot and humid climate. Temperature आप देखिए 21 to 27. Rainfall is not more but only just between 75 to 100. Sugarcane can be grown on variety of soil. It is largely an irrigated crop in India. मतलब कि ऊपर से पानी दिया जाता है. Okay? And needs manual labor from sowing to harvesting. It serves as the primary source of molasses. What is your molasses? The raw ethanol juice which is coming out, sugar, jaggery and khansari. Clear? Sugarcane कितनी सारी चीजों को produce करता है. We can see here. Major sugarcane producing area you can see here. Your Uttar Pradesh here, Assam here, है ना? All the marked one. The southern portion of Gujarat, your Karnataka, Maharashtra, your parts of Tamil Nadu, you can see. Understood? Okay. Next, very important, that is your Kala Namak rice. You can see two types of rice. This is your Kala Namak rice. Basically, it's a traditional variety of paddy with black husk and strong fragrance. Clear? It is considered as a gift from Lord Buddha to people of Shravasti when he visited the region after enlightenment. When Buddha got enlightenment, he visited to the Shravasti region and gave Kala Namak rice. It is said like this. It is grown in 11 districts of Terai region, the lower river valley parts of northeastern Uttar Pradesh and in Nepal. Okay? So you need to understand it. Now, एक threat है इस rice को, that is your lodging. Lodging, what is it lodging? Lodging is a condition in which the top of the plant becomes heavy because of grain formation and the stem becomes weak and the plants fall on the ground. Basically क्या हो रहा है? जो ऊपर का है इसका पार्ट वो बहुत ज्यादा हैवी होने की वजह से ये जो प्लांट है that is falling down. It's a natural process. We cannot do anything. We can only provide support. So, however, that is why yielding इसकी बहुत कम होती है because of this lodging. The yield is barely 2.5 tons per hectare. This is very less. And that is why this Kala Namak rice has been given a GI tag. Clear? It has been protected under GI tag. Next, coming to the next topic, that is your Draft Integrated Plant Nutrition Management Bill of 2022. Yeah. So basically, this is a draft integrated plant nutrition management bill. This is a bill. Okay. Remember, this is a bill. This is not an act. which has been proposed in the year of 2020. Okay, yeah. So let us see what are the highlights of this draft bill. Basically, in this bill, it has been said that no person can manufacture, sell, import for sale or market without obtaining the appropriate registration. Clear? Basically, if you want to sell, import or do anything, first you need to take the permission or registration. Integrated Plant Nutrition Management Authority of India. Basically, this has been given the duty, and this will regulate the manner of registration for manufacture of fertilizer. It will also come out with various standards that how the quality of the fertilizer should be about the fertilizer product and promoting the sustainable use. Now, what will be the maximum price of the fertilizer? Basically, the central government, okay, with a view to regulate equitable distribution of fertilizer available at fair prices, that price will be taken out by will be come out in the market using official gazette. Official gazette refers to your notice, okay, your notice, and in that notice central government will fix the maximum price or rate at which any fertilizer may be sold by a dealer, manufacturer, importer or any fertilizer marketing entity. Clear? Understood? Basically, let us more understand about what is ease of doing business. Basically, all this bill is aiming to provide ease of doing business along with the quality sale of fertilizers in India, and eventually this will promote the ease of doing business. There will also be different rates for fertilizers, okay? Basically depending upon the different periods of storage, because not every fertilizer require यूनिफॉर्म अमाउंट. कोई फर्टिलाइजर को दूसरे टाइम की जरूरत है, कोई फर्टिलाइजर को 10 दिन की जरूरत है. तो डिपेंडिंग अपॉन दैट एंड डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द वेरियस एरियाज ऑफ कंजम्पशन ऑल्सो रेट्स जो है फाइनलाइज होंगे. क्लियर? बेसिकली सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ये भी आपको स्पेसिफाई करेगी दैट हाउ द ट्रांसपोर्ट ऑफ द फर्टिलाइजर शुड हैपन फ्रॉम वन स्टेट टू अनदर. एक स्टेट से दूसरे स्टेट में फर्टिलाइजर कैसे मूव होंगे वो भी सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट आपको बताएगी. सुओमोटो का मतलब मैंने आप लोगों को, अगर इफ यू हैव बीन वॉचिंग माय प्रीलिम्स वीडियोस इन देयर आल्सो, आई थिंक इन द international relations there was word called as suomoto. Suomoto refers to खुद से. अगर मैं नॉर्मल इंग्लिश की बात करूं तो by own, doesn't requires any permission. The central government may take the suo motu cognizance of any irregularities in the actions of manufacturer, dealers or retailers, and it can initiate actions also अगर उनको कोई दिक्कत नजर आती है. मतलब खुद से सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट बिना किसी के परमिशन लिया, बिना किसी के रिकमेंडेशन लिए, वो खुद से इट कैन कम आउट विथ योर एक्शंस अगर आप उनको लगता है कि ये मैन्युफैक्चरर, डीलर और रिटेलर कुछ गलत कर रहे हैं तो. Clear? Okay. Let us move ahead with the new topic, that is your production of jute, and jute is very important for your prelims examination. You should be knowing that what conditions are required for its cultivation. Clear? Basically what we have seen that from last many years the area under jute cultivation has been declining. Clear? And in that period only, on one side in India the area of jute cultivation is declining, but Bangladesh area of jute cultivation has shown a significant rise. Clear? In prelims this statement can come, okay, and this statement can confuse you by coming in the opposite way, that Bangladesh jute cultivation area has been declined, however India has been increasing. Clear? So that is why if Bangladesh is having a very good rise, it will obviously have a very good advantage in export because of its low production. Okay. Favorable power tariffs, cash subsidies also being given by the government, and also the area under jute production is high. Clear? So this you need to know. Till this point, if you are having any doubt, please tell me. Till this point, everything is clear. I hope everything is clear to you. See, jute is very important. And here you can see jute. With the help of jute, many things is coming into picture. Why jute is important for this prelims examination? Because plastic is now being eliminated and the substitute of plastic is your jute. Remember it. And some facts about jute, if you want to write, you can write here. That temperature requirement of jute is 25 to 35 degrees Celsius. Clear? Rainfall is around, very much they require intense amount of rainfall, that is 150 to 250 centimeter. What type of soil they require? Well drained alluvial soil. Now it is a type of revision class, like, right? Basically आप जो अभी क्लास में पढ़ रहे हैं मेरे साथ, that is your revision class. So I am assuming, pre-assuming I am that you are knowing what is well-drained alluvial soil, because it is not a foundation class, it's a revision class for your prelims. And you must know that India is the largest producer of jute. Very important fact. India is the largest producer. After India, what comes? After India is coming your Bangladesh and your China. These are some of the facts which you need to know. And in India, which of the states are major producer? Includes West Bengal, Bihar, Odisha. 3 states you should be knowing by hierarchy. West Bengal 1, 2 and 3. West Bengal, Bihar, Odisha, and then coming next is your Assam, Andhra Pradesh, Meghalaya, Tripura. Also one more important fact, that jute is also known as your golden fiber. Jute is also known as golden fiber because it is used for making very important things such as your gunny bags, mats, ropes, artifacts, carpets, etc. Clear? Fine. Moving ahead, let us understand the next topic, that is your farmer producers organization. Okay. Basically, what is farmers producer organization? We will be learning. Before that, let us learn about what new type of thing has been launched, that is your Trifid One Dhan Chronicle. Okay. The MIS portal for minimum support price for minor forest produce. Basically, this Trifid, okay, Tribal Cooperative Market Federation. This chronicle has documented the work done for the promotion of tribal enterprises in the country, and it will also highlight what are the achievements of your tribal entrepreneurs under the Vandhan Vikas Yojana. This chronicle, what is chronicle basically? What do you mean by chronicle? What is chronicle? In general English term, if we try to understand, basically it's a written document. Okay, it's a record. It's a record. In this record, what is here given? It will provide a very good illustration of the activities which have been done by TriFed, Tribal Cooperative Market Federation. Okay, which has affected the lives of around your how many tribal people? 16 lakh. 16 lakh. It will also include MSP, select forest produce, training imparted, value addition, everything will be there. Understood? Clear? Okay. Now coming back to the farmer producers organization. Basically it's a type voluntary organization. Clear? It's a voluntary organization that come together and make decisions depending on their own need. It's a voluntary organization that come together, make their own rules and policies, clear, and they are doing the benefit. This is under the farmer producers organization, general body comes in, then your executive body, then your board of directors, general manager, FPO staff and local resource person. This is your structure of the farmer producer organization. It's an voluntary organization जो किससे controlled है? They are controlled by farmers only, farm members only, they are controlled, and they come together to set their policies. Policies बनाते हैं so that उनको हर चीज में profit हो. ठीक है? Basically they are a group of farm people who are coming together to form their own policies and which will help them to make their decisions. Clear? Clear. Fine. Let us move ahead and see what is next. Next is your submission on agroforestry. Small form is SMAF, Submission on Agroforestry. Basically, what is SMAF? SMAF, sustaining agricultural productivity, depends not only on the quality but also on the sustainable use of agri resources. Okay, basically it is telling the importance of proper use of agricultural resources by having profit in the crops also. बोला जा रहा है ये कि जो बस सस्टेनेबल एग्रीकल्चर प्रोडक्टिविटी जो है वो बस सॉइल और वाटर के अवेलेबिलिटी पे ही डिपेंड नहीं करती, बट दैट इज ऑल्सो डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द एग्री रिसोर्सेज. ओके, बेसिकली लेट अस सी सम फैक्ट्स. विद इंडियन एग्रीकल्चर रिमेनिंग प्रीडोमिनेटली रेन फेड एरिया हमारे इंडिया में जो है वो 60% है ऑफ द नेट सोन एरिया. जो नेट सोन एरिया है उसका 60% इज द रेन फेड एरिया. द शिफ्ट टुवर्ड्स एग्रोफॉरेस्ट्री इज द मच नीडेड इंटरवेंशन. क्लियर? पूरे नेट सोन एरिया में बस 60% of the net zone area is your rain fed. That is why what it is focusing to have agricultural plus forestry, that is known as your agriculture forestry. और इसी के लिए सेंट्रल सिल्क बोर्ड, that is CSB, which comes under the Ministry of Textiles, okay, and the Ministry of Agriculture and Farm, CSB or Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers have came together and they have started a mission that is known as your SMAF, Small Submission on Agroforestry. Basically, what is your agroforestry? What do you mean by agroforestry? Having agriculture together with your forestation. फॉरेस्ट को भी हम बढ़ावा दे रहे हैं, साथ में एग्रीकल्चर को भी हम पैरेलली कर रहे हैं. तो एग्रोफॉरेस्ट्री में कितने सारे इंपॉर्टेंट चीजें हैं. वी विल बी गेटिंग प्योर एयर, सॉइल विल बी फर्टाइल, एनिमल विल बी फीडेड प्रॉपर्ली, सॉइल इरोजन विल बी प्रोटेक्टेड, क्लियर, शेड विल बी गिवन, नाइट्रोजन फिक्सेशन विल बी प्रॉपर, फूड एंड मेडिसिन विल बी गिवन. ठीक है, क्योंकि फॉरेस्ट में तो ट्रीज भी होते हैं ना, फायरवुड भी मिलेगा और बिल्डिंग मटेरियल, दैट विल हेल्प इन द बिल्डिंग मटेरियल ऑल्सो. So let us understand more about this SMAF. Basically, it will come under the National Mission on Sustainable Agriculture. Central sponsored scheme. Remember, क्वेश्चन आ सकता है कि ये सेंट्रल सेक्टर स्कीम है. नहीं. फाइनेंशियल असिस्टेंस मिलेगा फार्मर्स को. क्लियर? प्रोविजन ऑफ फाइनेंशियल असिस्टेंस टू फार्मर्स ग्रुप, FPOs एंड कोऑपरेटिव्स फॉर द प्रमोशन ऑफ SMAF. समझ में आया? SMAF is nothing but to promote the agriculture and forest together, that is your agroforest. Next topic is your Desh bill. Okay, Desh, the full form, the short form of Development of Enterprise and Service Hub. Development of Enterprise and Service Hub. Special Economic Zones, उनका जो नाम है, जो SEZ जिसको हम बोलते हैं, the SEZs now will be renamed as Desh, Development of Enterprise and Service Hubs. What are special economic zones? These are that type of areas जहां पे अगर कोई भी आप इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटीज करोगे तो आपको गवर्नमेंट से बेनिफिट्स मिलेंगे. क्लियर? So this name has been changed, that is why this news is important. Basically, these hubs will not be no longer be required to be net foreign exchange positive cumulatively in 5 years. Earlier जो है वो बोला जाता था कि एक्सपोर्ट जो है that should be more than import. SEZ वाले में उनको मैंडेट किया जाता था. But however this has been stopped. Okay, this has been stopped. And this will help. These hubs will allow to sell in the domestic market easily with duties only to be paid on the imported inputs and raw materials instead of final product. Remember, जितने भी आपको ड्यूटीज पे करने हैं वो आपको इनपुट्स और रॉ मटेरियल्स पे पुट करने हैं, ना कि फाइनल प्रोडक्ट में. क्लियर? बट अगर हम बात करें SEZ रेजीम की, तो ड्यूटी जो है दैट वाज पेड ऑन द फाइनल प्रोडक्ट. When the product is being sold in the domestic market, then you were required to pay the duty. The bill also proposes an equalization levy for goods and service supplied to the domestic market to bring taxes at par with those provided by units outside. Clear? I hope this point is also clear to you. This is very easy point. No doubt. Okay. Let us move ahead and see some more facts about it. Direct tax incentive will no longer be offered to the business operating within the new hub. उनको अब ये incentive नहीं मिलेगा. And their elimination will bring the hubs into compliance with the WTO organization. Means Desh hubs should be having compliance with the WTO regulations. Clear? The Department of Commerce at the center. When SEZ was there, the special economic zones were there. Who was the main decision-making body? Department of Commerce. But now, states are able to take part, even directly recommend the development to the Central Board for Development. Okay. Central Board, अब state government can also take part in the decision-making. Earlier, what used to happen? Only Department of Commerce was there. But now, state government can also take part. Additionally, state boards would be established to control how the hubs were running. Okay. Next, coming to the next scheme, that is your Parvatmala scheme, very important. Okay. Parvatmala. Let us break it. Basically, ऐसा लग रहा है कि we are trying to reach the hill to the Parvat, and that is Mala, using some rope kind of thing. Yes, the aim is to develop ropeways in hilly areas. See, just by breaking the name, you can analyze what type of scheme it is, what it is focusing on. In hilly areas, using public-private partnership, PPP. And who will be the nodal ministry? The Ministry of Road Transport and Highways. Easy point, clear? Yeah. Around 8 ropeway projects for length of 60 km would be awarded in this year. Clear? This will also cover congested areas, urban areas where conventional mass transit systems are not feasible. Okay. Basically, this has been started in the regions like your Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, Manipur, Jammu Kashmir and other northeastern states. Parvatmala scheme. Okay. Moving ahead with the next part, that is your market infrastructure institutions. Okay. Basically, what are market infrastructure institutions? Stock exchange, depositories, clearing houses are market infrastructure institutions, MIIs. Okay, as the name suggests, it is focusing on the market infrastructure, and so they are very important for economic infrastructure and they constitute a very key point here. Clear? Fine. So basically in 2010 what has happened? A panel was set up under the chairmanship of former RBI Governor Bimal Jalan to examine the issues arising from the ownership and governance of MIIs. And the report came, the panel here headed by Bimal Jalan committee said that the term infrastructure would be mean basic underlying framework for features of a system. Okay. Basically, market infrastructure have those fundamental facilities and systems serving the market. That should be having all those facilities that will help in your having proper facility and providing proper service also to the market. What type of market? Stock exchange, depositories, clearing houses, etc. Understood? Clear? Okay. I am giving you 30 seconds. Look to this diagram and then we will move ahead. This is everything about your what is happening here, how it is being processed. Each and every step is written here. Okay. Yeah. Here basically what is being done, it is a brief diagram of your market infrastructure working, how it is working. See, category consumption, profit reinvestment is going on to the category resources, and the category resources include research and development spending, market spending, okay, social pressure and habituation, market efficiency, and this will increase the this will increase the consumer utility. Okay, if proper services are there, consumer utility will be there, and eventually this cycle goes on, and that is nothing but your market infrastructure institution. Basically, it's nothing but having a proper infrastructure to provide seamless economic growth. It focuses on economic growth. Okay, fine. Moving ahead, let us see what is next. Next is your Samarth. What is the full form of Samarth? Full form is a special entrepreneurship promotion drive for women. Okay, and this will provide with a very good opportunity for your self-reliance and your independence by taking self-employment opportunities. Okay, self-employment opportunities. Now, which ministry is responsible for this scheme? Tell me, which ministry will be responsible? The Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises will be responsible. The full form of Samarth is your scheme for capacity building in textile sector. Clear? Scheme for capacity building in textile sector. Basically, this has been launched by MSME and purpose will be to promote the entrepreneurship promotion drive for women. Understand, for women, to provide them with proper opportunity so that they can become self-reliant and you're independent. Under this initiative, there are many benefits we can see here. 20% of the seats in free skill development will be allocated to women. 20% of MSME business delegations to domestic and internal exhibitions, that will also be done by women. 20% discount will also be provided on annual processing fee on the National Small Industries Corporation. Clear? Including your raw material assistance, bill discounting, everything will be given to women. And there will also be a special drive for registration if women are having or women are starting the MSME under the Udyam registration. Very important point written here. Clear? So remember it. Next coming on is your National Rail Plan Vision of 2030. Basically, the vision has been set that in 2030, the railway, how it will be looking, that is focused here. Let us see what are the key features on National Rail Plan Vision 2030. Basically, this focuses on to have a proper strategy to raise the modal share of railways in freight carrying your goods to 45% based on both operational capabilities and commercial policy initiatives. Clear? So what is the aim here? Tell me. Aim is to increase the railway freight. Okay, basically increasing the railway carrying goods by 45% and also to reduce the transit times, okay, by increasing the speed to 50 km per hour. With this, efficiency is also increased, time is also lessened, and also as a part of plan 20 Vision 2024 has also been launched, and in that we will be providing or we will be focusing on 100% electrification should be there, multi-tracking of congested route should be there, speed should be increased to 160 km on Delhi Howrah and Delhi Mumbai routes, and elimination of all level crossing on golden quadrilateral, golden diagonal. Okay, golden quadrilateral. What is golden quadrilateral? Come on, tell me. Do you know what is golden quadrilateral? What is golden quadrilateral? Basically, it's a national highway network that is connecting majority of the India's major economic zone. If I talk about golden quadrilateral, if I try to make India's map here, see, golden quadrilateral basically starts from here, it covers down here, it goes here, and then back here. It's a type of quadrilateral. So what it is saying, elimination of all level crossing at this place. This is your some vision which has been set in 2024. Now that in this there will be identification of dedicated fleet corridors also, high speed rail corridors also, okay, and there will be proper access to locomotive requirements to meet the twin objective of, what is the twin objective? Two main objective, your 100% electrification through green energy, remember, through green energy, not by coal, and increasing fleet model share. Understood? Also, there will be sustained involvement of private sector also. In which type of work private sector will be involved, such as your rolling stock, development of fleet, passengers, terminals, development operations, tracking infrastructure, etc. Clear? So this is your vision plan of Railway 2030. Next important topic is your Chips to Startup program, that is your C2S. Chips to Startup. What is the aim? Basically, aim is that we will be training around 85,000 of very brilliant engineers, okay, in the area of very large scale integration and embedded system design. Aim is to provide the training to brilliant 85,000 engineers in the field of embedded system design. Clear? Why we are doing it? Basically, we are doing it to develop 175 ASICs. What is ASICs? Application specific integrated circuits. Clear? Working prototypes of 20 system of chips and IP core repository of 5 years. Chips to startup focusing on the chips. Who will be participating? It will be implemented at 100 academic institutions R&D across the country. It will include IITs, NITs, government and private colleges, okay? And who will be taking part? Startups, MSME, okay? Everything will be there, and there will be some proper competitions also, such as your hackathons, which will focus on your promotion. Clear? The nodal implementing agency is your Center for Development of Advanced Computing, that is your CDAC. Remember it. C2S implementing agency is CDAC. 3 categories has been proposed under this. That is your first is your design and development. Second is your development of application oriented working prototype, and next is your proof of concept oriented R&D. 3 categories have been provided under the C2S programs. Okay. So this is everything about C2S program. Moving ahead, that is your Technology Development Fund scheme. What is it? Basically, Technology Development Fund. Aim is to create an ecosystem for promoting safe reliance by building indigenous state-of-art system for defense application. Remember, defense application. Clear? It will provide a very good boost to defense manufacturing sector by promoting self-reliance under the Make India scheme. Nodal Ministry, obviously, defense application, promotion of indigenous. We need to promote the indigenous defense application. So, Nodal Ministry will be your Ministry of Defense. Clear? Executing Ministry will be DRDO. Remember it? Fine? Yeah. Next is your salt industry in India. Now, I am giving you 10 to 20 seconds to revise whatever we have learned till now, and then we will look forward. Okay? Okay, as I can see, that next topic is about your salt, very important topic for upcoming prelims examination. And I think that this topic will hold a very good potential of coming questions. Okay. Basically, let us understand about salt, and I hope that you know that in our seventh schedule, there are three lists: union list, state list, and concurrent list. Clear? And the salt comes under union list. Okay? Means anything, any laws we want to prepare, Parliament has the power to prepare anything under the salt. Nodal agency for the salt industry is your Salt Commissioner organization that comes under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Very important fact that after US and China, India is third in the production of salt. US, China, India. Sea salt constitute about 70% of the total salt production in the country. Sea salt, remember. And at which place the salt manufacturing will carry out? Obviously in the coastal state. Okay. The salt comes from coast, right? I hope that you know the basic features how it is being produced. States such as Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Odisha, West Bengal, Goa, and the hinterland state of Rajasthan. Okay, all these areas are having potential of salt manufacturing. And apart from that, Gujarat is the leading producer, accounting for more than 28.5 million tons, which is more than 80% of the country's total production. Okay, see how much salt is being produced by Gujarat. And if we talk about Himachal and Rajasthan, how salt is produced by mining, while in other states including Gujarat, it is produced through solar evaporation process of seawater. The seawater is allowed to evaporate, and when it gets evaporated, the salt is produced. Understood? Very easy. But in Himachal and Rajasthan, it is done by mining. Remember this fact. Next topic is your business reforms action plan. It's an action plan to boost the business in India, to boost the investor confidence, to have a very friendly climate, to have ease of doing business, okay, by providing healthy competition. This plan has been launched. By which organization it has been launched? By Department of Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, and this department comes under Ministry of Commerce. Since 2014, this plan is being there. Clear? What it includes, it has 301 reform points that covers 15 business regulatory areas such as access to information, single window system, labor, environment. Basically, it covers everything. Okay? It covers everything in 301 points, covering the area of 15 business category, 15 business areas. Clear? Fine. So basically, depending upon this business reform action plan, many of the reforms has been done, and some sectoral reforms has also been introduced in the BRAC 2020, where 72 reforms were identified in the 9 sectors, that is your trade, license, healthcare, legal, cinema halls, etc. Clear? Categories are also there. Categories will be ranking the business depending upon their work. Top achievers, achievers, aspires, and emerging business ecosystems. Clear? Understood. 4 ranks are there. Next topic is your Udyami Bharat program. Basically, Udyami Bharat program is for MSME. MSME will be encouraged to offer the products and services of international standards for the global market. To encourage MSME to products वैसे kind of product जो international level पे competitive रहें, उसके लिए ये उद्यमी भारत प्रोग्राम आया है. This will help to enhance the quality in global value chain, and this will also help to realize their export potential. Clear? Raising and accelerating MSME performance ramp. It's a central sector scheme, remember. देखिए, I would like to advise you one thing, that make a chart. जितने भी schemes program है आप chart बनाइए. One side central sector, another side centrally sponsored, because the statement can confuse you in the exam. Okay, and then there you will not be able to memorize it. And this ramp is assisted by World Bank, remember. What this ramp is doing, basically it is providing support to MSME by improving access to the market and credit, strengthening institutions, okay, at the center and state level, improving center state linkages and partnership, and also it will issue the delayed payment problem. Okay, Udyami Bharat program and your ramp. Next, your Prime Minister's Employment Generation Program. Basically, again, it is focusing for the employment opportunities. इसमें जो है unemployed जितने भी youth हैं that are searching for the jobs, that will be given the employment opportunities. It is setting up in micro enterprises in the non-farm sector, and which is the nodal body? KVIC. Okay, understood? Now one more important thing under this कि applications इसमें अब transgender के भी हो सकते हैं. Transgender are also having opportunity to apply for this employment. Okay, project cost आपको याद रखने की जरूरत नहीं है. You can skip it. Next, MSME Idea Hackathon. If you are college student, you must be knowing what is your hackathon. It's a very brilliant level technology advancement competition. Team come together and compete depending upon their technology, startups, etc. Okay. To support the untapped creativity of individuals, this Idea Hackathon has scheme. What they will be doing, the ideas will be proposed here that will help for the adoption of latest technology. और जो लोग इसमें सेलेक्ट हो जाएंगे, दे विल बी गेटिंग ए फंडिंग सपोर्ट ऑफ ₹15 lakh पर अप्रूव्ड आइडिया, so that this idea can be approved. Clear? So this is your MSME Idea Hackathon 2022. Understood? Remember this amount. This amount is like a factual thing you should be knowing. Prelims में क्वेश्चन आ गया कि the selected ideas will be getting 50 lakhs per approved idea, so you should be able to eliminate it. Clear till this point? Everything is clear. I hope you all are getting. Okay. Okay. So next topic is your National Industrial Corridor Development Program. Okay. Basically, as the word is saying, National Industrial Corridor, basically it's aimed to create a corridor at the national level. Okay, it is most ambitious infrastructure program which will aim to develop new industrial cities, which is known as your smart cities, which will have a very good technology, next generation technology in all type of infrastructure, focusing on the advanced technology. What are the objectives? Basically, to expand the industrial output, to increase employment opportunities, to provide better living, to provide social facilities, etc. Clear? Basically, it is also aiming to build up the greenfield industrial cities, which is also known as GIC. Greenfield industrial cities, which will aim not only to invest in the infrastructure, to grow the infrastructure, but also ensuring the proper environmental conservation as well. That is why environmental conservation will also be there, proper management will be there, quality will be there, reliable will be there, and sustainable will be there. So this is your greenfield industrial city. Remember, there are two types of industry, greenfield and brownfield. Clear? Greenfield refers to the very new, and your brownfield refers to the existing one. Okay, if greenfield industry is there, basically it's a establishment of entirely new industry, and if there is brownfield, which means that this is already there, we are making some changes in it. Clear? So this is your National Industrial Corridor Development Program. You can see here the lines which have been made in the India map corresponds to the industrial corridor, and it has been said that on these corridors only industries will be built up. Moving on ahead, Next, see what is that. It will also try to attract the investment from the global player. Okay, from the global level also it will try to attract the investment in manufacturing. Funding, remember that this program is being funded by ADB, also Asian Development Bank, and your government of India has signed $250 million loan to support it. What is the implementing agency? Implementing agency is NICDIT, that is your National Industrial Corridor Development and Implementation Trust. What is NICDIT? Basically, it's a special purpose vehicle which comes under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Clear? Apex monitoring authority will be there under, and who will chair that? This monitoring authority will be chaired by Finance Minister, and Finance Minister will be giving periodic review for the activities. Existing corridors, it has various existing corridors also, such as in the place of Delhi Mumbai Industrial Corridor, Bangalore Mumbai Industrial Corridors are already there, which have been building under this program. Clear? Basically, the NICDC is the Project Development Agency, and National Industrial Corridor Development and Implementation Trust. This is your NICDIT. Clear? Fine. Let us move ahead and see next topic, that is your ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning System. Basically, ERP, what ERP will do, it provides a software for the business. Okay? It provides a software for the business and it helps. Okay? It is a basically business management software. Okay? With providing with accounting software and your general ledger, expense management, reporting, analysis, everything ERP does for the proper business. Clear? It's a software that business use to manage daily operations. ERP. See this. This is your ERP system. What all things are included here? Inventory, service, sales, human resource, purchasing, CRM, MRP, finance, and product. Everything is there in ERP. You just need to have it. This software, you just need to have it if you want to run a very seamless business. In order to facilitate the secure transfer of crucial data related to domestic value addition, the government has launched the automated online data transfer system. Remember it. Clear? Basically, automate online data transfer, basically it will help to get rid from the paperwork. Use of paper will be less. Okay, and also the applicant's compliance burden will also be less, and this will eventually increase the process of taking claims. It will help in seamless performance of the claiming purpose. Clear? So this is your ERP system, which you should know about it. Next important topic is your draft Indian Ports Bill of 2022. Basically, what is it about? This first understand that this is a draft, which means that this is also a bill. This needs to be become an act, and this bill is replacing the existing India Ports Act of 1909. The Colonial Act, it is aiming to be replaced by draft Indian Ports Bill. Okay, basically we are having many international treaties, many international instruments which we need to compliance with, and India is also party. So basically we need to change our laws according to that international treaty. So that is why the aim is to amend the laws relating to ports for the prevention and containment of pollution at the ports. What is the aim? To strengthen and establish state maritime boards for efficient management, control and administering your India's non-major ports as well. Next aim is to establish a national council also for the development sector, and also to have a proper utilization of the coastline of India. Understood? So this is your draft India Ports Bill. Remember this fact. This fact is very important, that it is going to replace the Indian Ports Act of 1908. Next very important topic, that in India the first lithium cell plant has been established in the place of Chennai. Okay, it is very important thing. And in Chennai there is a Munath Industries Limited that has been that has the work of setting up this plant, and this has done it in the Chennai. This facility is located in one of the two electronic manufacturing clusters set up in the Temple Town by PM Narendra Modi in 2015. The installed capacity, this lithium cell capacity has 270 megawatt hour and can produce to 20,000 cells of 10 Ah capacity daily. It is having a very huge capacity. Clear? Basically, these cells are used in your power banks, and these type of cells constitute around 60% of the India's present requirements. बेसिकली प्रेजेंट सिचुएशन की अगर हम बात करें तो इंडिया अपने लिथियम आयन सेल्स को कहां से इंपोर्ट कर रहा है? चाइना से, साउथ कोरिया से, वियतनाम और हांगकांग से. टू बी सेल्फ डिपेंडेंट, टू प्रमोट द आत्मनिर्भरता, this first lithium cell plant has been established in the Chennai, and where the cell are used basically in mobile phones, wearable device, etc. Everything you should be knowing. Next topic is your shell company. Basically, shell company refers to what? This is a type of business. Basically, it's a type of company without any active business operations. मतलब अगर हम बोला जाए तो इनका कोई ऑफिस नहीं होता है. Clear? Basically, what does company mean? Company is having an office. People go there, go and sit there, work together. But here, shell company is just virtual working. This doesn't have an active business operation or any significant asset. Building नहीं है उनकी, ठीक है? They are not illegal, but also they are not illegal. They are consciously made financial arrangements designed to either reduce taxes or even support new business. Aim is to support new business. Basically, shell company is not defined in the Companies Act of 2013. Remember, this statement can come in your prelims examination confusing you, that shell companies are defined in your Companies Act of 2013. Absolutely wrong statement. Next topic is the Quality Council of India. Basically, this was set up in 1997 together by two body, Government of India and Indian industry, represented by the ASSOCHAM. What is the full form of ASSOCHAM? Associated Chambers of Commerce and Industry of India, Confederation of Indian Industry, and FICCI. Basically, what I am trying to say is, along with the Government of India, along with it, ASSOCHAM or ASSOCHAM, whatever you feel comfortable, you can write it, CII, and your FICCI is responsible for the establishment of Quality Council of India, and the first chairman of QCI was Ratan Tata. Basically, this is a national body for accreditation. It will provide you the certificate of quality, okay? And it's an NPO, non-for-profit organization, which is registered under the Societies Registration Act of which act? This is Roman number. If we try to say numeral value, 21 of 1860. Clear? And this QCI has launched a campaign known as Gunvatta Se Atmanirbharta. Remember this. This can come in exam. That is your India's quality movement. Now, what is the aim? Aim is to create quality hubs, awareness about India's landmark achievement, and inform people, basically to create awareness among people about many initiatives that India is embracing to enhance the quality of all citizens. Understood? Clear? This is a factual thing. You need to memorize it. Next, coming to the very important topic, that is your coal. See, I think coal is holding a very good potential that it may come in your examinations because of the Russia-Ukraine crisis, also because of the coal heavy dependence from outside world, India's heavy dependence from outside world. That is why. Now let us learn what is basically some of the facts. India has the world's 5th largest reserve of coal. World's 5th largest. And India is the 2nd largest producer of coal after China. Let us see what are the top 5 producers: China, India, US, Australia, and Indonesia. India is producing, the production in India is in the 2nd position and the reserve stands in the 5th position. Also, apart from that, having the 2nd largest producer, India is importing also. And because of that import, India is world's second largest importer and consumer of coal in 2019. Now in India, which state is the most largest producing? Jharkhand. Apart from your Jharkhand, the top coal producing states are Odisha, Chhattisgarh, West Bengal, Madhya Pradesh, Telangana, and your Maharashtra. Now, what is basically coking coal? Basically, coking coal is a type of coal. It is also known as metallurgical coal. This is used to produce coke. What is coke? Basically, coke is used in the production of steel. Remember it. Coke is used in production of steel. Clear? How coke is produced? When you bake coal in the absence of oxygen, then you are left with the coke. Okay, when you bake coal in the absence of oxygen, you are left with the coke because the volatile hydrocarbons are removed. And the resulting coke, which has been produced by baking the coal in the absence of oxygen, is very strong, porous, chemically reactive, and this is having a very good properties for stable blast furnace system. Clear? Now, what is non-coking coal? The vice versa of your coking coal. Okay? It is also called as steam coal. Remember, coking coal is called as metallurgical coal and your non-coking coal is steam coal. And or thermal coal, other name is also, and these are used in the thermal power plants to generate electricity. It can be used in cement also, fertilizer and heating purpose. Clear? Fine. Next topic is your Sagar Parikrama. Basically, Sagar Parikrama. This has been organized. Basically, it's a navigation journey. What here? Parikrama and Sagar. Ocean visit or ocean tour or ocean survey, you can say. Basically, it's a navigation journey to be conducted in all coastal states of India. Through a pre-decided route will be there. Basically, एक रूट तैयार होगी कि हमको सारे इंडिया के जितने भी स्टेट्स हैं जो कोस्टल एरिया में बिलोंग करते हैं उनको हमको ट्रैवल करना है कि सब ठीक ठाक है, कुछ प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं है. ओके, एंड दैट विल आल्सो डेमोन्स्ट्रेट सॉलिडारिटी विद ऑल फिशर folk, fish farms and concerned stakeholders. Now the organizing agency will be Ministry of Fisheries, National Fisheries Development Board along with the government of Gujarat, Indian Coast Guard, Fisheries Service of India and Gujarat Maritime Board. Along with these 5-6 bodies, this Sagar Parikrama has been launched. Basically, other aim is to find a sustainable balance using marine fisheries resource for the country's food security and along with preserving the maritime ecosystem. Remember it. And this Sagar Parikrama has been launched in the part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, which we are celebrating till 2047 to commemorate the 75 years of independence. Clear? Fine. Next, Green Energy Open Access Rule. Basically, these rules have been given by Ministry of Powers, and this Ministry of Powers has notified Power System Operation Corporation (POSOCO), okay, as central nodal agency to set up and operate single window clean green energy open access for renewable energy. This rules will be the nodal agency for the rules for the implementation of rules is your POCOSO. Clear? What it will do, it will ensure that there is proper affordable, proper reliable, sustainable and green energy for everyone. Key provisions. Basically, it is open to any consumer. Remember, any consumer. अगर ये क्वेश्चन प्रीलिम्स में आता है तो आप लोग इसको नेगेट नहीं करेंगे by saying that this is an extreme statement. No. Any consumer and the limit has been reduced from 1 megawatt to 100 kilowatt for green energy. So that small consumers are also able to buy the renewable power through open access. Remember? Okay, fine. Basically, they are entitled to demand supply of green power from DISCOMs, and DISCOM will be having the responsibility to procure and supply green power to eligible consumers. Approval will be done in the 15 days. Else, अगर 15 days में नहीं होता है तो approval अपने आप automatically मान लिया जाएगा. Basically, it is done on the voluntary basis. There shall be a uniform renewable purchase obligation on all obligated entity in the area of distribution license. Okay, fine. So, or consumers will be provided green certificates if they consume green power. This is a very good initiative. Basically, they are appreciating and motivating the consumers to shift to the green energy. And for that, they have started a free source of free access to the green power. समझ में आ गई चीजें? क्लियर है इतनी बातें क्लियर हो गई? चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं, आगे देखते हैं क्या है. Next is your amendment to Mines and Minerals Act. There has been amendment. Okay. Basically amendment में क्या बोला गया है? Rate of royalty in respect of certain minerals like glauconite, potash, emerald, platinum groups of metal, andesite, sillimanite and molybdenum. Okay. इसमें जो है रॉयल्टी रेट ऑफ रॉयल्टी फिक्स किया गया है इसमें इन सब मिनरल्स के बारे में. क्लियर? The approval would ensure that auction of mineral block in respect of all these will be in the country. Use of minerals, देखते हैं जो भी minerals यहाँ पे listed है, you should know about it. Minerals like glauconite and potash are used as fertilizers. Platinum group are used as new innovative applications. Andesite, molybdenum are vital minerals used in industrial applications, infrastructure. So that is why these things have been encouraged in the amendment. Clear? You should need to know. Next, going ahead is your PM Mitra Park scheme. Very important. The Mitra is also having your full form, that is your Mega Integrated Textile Regions and Apparel Park. This scheme has been implemented by Ministry of Textiles, and this aim to help India to achieve United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 9, that is your building resilient infrastructure, promoting sustainable industrialization and foster innovation. It is providing a basically proper region and apparel park with proper infrastructure so that industrial textile can be encouraged. Okay. Basically, this PM Mitra comes under the vision of our Prime Minister, that is your 5F vision. What is your 5F vision? Farm to fiber to factory to fashion to foreign. So beautiful. Okay. You can mark here and you can write it in your copy. This can also be quoted in your mains answer. This park will be built by a special purpose vehicle that will be owned by state and central government in PPP mode. Understood? Nothing much to know about it. Just know what is it, which is the implementing agency and what is it about. Next, very important, Indian Tea Association. Last year tea board पे question पूछा गया था. तो अब tea becomes very important for you and tea is also in the news. This Indian Tea Association dates to your colonial time of 1881. And this is the premier and the oldest organization of tea producers in India. Okay. This has played a very key role towards formulating policies, rules, actions towards development of the tea industry. Now let us understand what is the status of India. India is the second largest tea producer globally. Now which is the first one? China, Russia, US, which one? This is your assignment. You need to comment in the comment section after once the session gets over that which is the largest producer of tea. And if we talk about the consumption, India is also among the world's top tea consuming countries with 80% of the tea produced has been consumed by the domestic population itself. No doubt भाई चाय के बिना कौन रह सकता है? कुछ ना हो तो चलेगा but चाय it's needed one. Right? Fine. Next, GI tag. Very important. GI tag has been given to Darjeeling tea. And Darjeeling tea is also known as champagne of the teas because of its flowery scent. And this was the first GI tag product in India. Remember it. First GI tag product of India is your Darjeeling tea. Other two variants of Darjeeling tea are green and white tea that are also having GI tags. Tea Board of India is in charge of you're developing and promoting the tea industry, और इसी पे prelims का question आया था. Next, mission, National Technical Textile Mission. By name itself, it is suggesting that it is mission based on textile. Improving the technicality of textile, this mission is all about it. Basically, technical textile होते क्या हैं? These are those type of textile products that are primarily manufactured for their functionality and used rather than your aesthetic appeal. मतलब ये सुंदरता के लिए नहीं होते हैं, ठीक है? जैसे जनरली जो अपैरल होते हैं that are made for the aesthetic beauty. aesthetic का मतलब beauty होता है. But वो लोग टेक्निकल टेक्सटाइल जो है उनके फंक्शनैलिटी के लिए जाना जाता है rather than for their beauty. And these products have been divided into various categories such as your agrotech 12 categories हैं. Ecotech, Buildtech, Meditech, Geotech, Clothech, Mobiletech, Hometech, Sportstech, Protech and Packtech. Remember it. Clear? Textile, technical textile, very important, can be come in your one statement question. Next, designed linked incentive scheme, DLI. Basically, design के ऊपर आपको incentive मिलने वाला है, ये ऐसा scheme है. As we all know that importance of semiconductor, which are the most fundamental parts of any integrated circuit. Remember, microchips or chips, just chips. And these are the brains of modern electronics. In all electronics, you will find semiconductor. And the application is very broad. You can see here, each and every industry is anyhow indirectly or directly having semiconductor in it. Okay. So, that is why government has came out with this scheme that will provide incentive on your proper designing of the material. Clear? Understood? So this is your everything about DLI scheme you need to know. Very small fact, nothing much. Next, business 20. This can come in your one statement question that what do you mean by business 20? This business 20 has been formed in 2010 and it is the official G20 dialogue forum with the global business community. क्या बोला जा रहा है कि G20 अगर कोई business का मीटिंग कर रही है, अगर वो G20 जो ग्रुप है हमारा that is doing a business meeting, exclusive business meeting, तो उसी को business 20 बोला गया. G20 अगर business के बारे में बात करने लगे तो वो B20 हो गया. बस clear, nothing much here. Okay, moving ahead. Khanij Bidesh India Limited Kabil, very important for this year. Clear? Basically, it's a joint venture company set up with the participation of 3 central public sector enterprise, which are the NALCO, the National Aluminium Company Limited, HCL, Hindustan Copper Limited, and MECL, Mineral Exploration Company Limited. These 3 public sector companies came together and built your and established your Kabil. Basically, what will Kabil do? It will identify and acquire overseas mineral assets of critical and strategic nature, which are having a proper resource of lithium, cobalt, nickel, copper, neodymium, and other rare earths. Clear? It is already engaging with Australia, Argentina, Bolivia, Chile, which are already having these type of minerals, and Kabil will help them to acquire. Understood? Clear? Nothing much? Yeah. What will be the significance? Basically, this will attain self-reliance in the area of critical and strategic mineral. पता तो होना चाहिए ना कि हमारे जो हमारा टेरिटोरियल सी है उसमें कहाँ कहाँ कौन से मिनरल फाउंड होते हैं. That we should know so that we can harness the potential of our mineral. Okay. This will also cater to the requirements of crucial sectors such as mobility, renewable energy, medicine, aerospace, aviation, etc. Clear? Fine. Next is your Tapi Par Narmada River Interlinking Project. Tapi, Par, Narmada, all 3 are river. You can see here. Here is your Narmada river flowing. Here is your Par river. And here is your Tapi river. Basically, NPP, also known as National River Linking Project, NRLP, it has envisaged, visioned interbasin water transfer from the water surplus basin, फ्रॉम वाटर सरप्लस मतलब जहां पे पानी ज्यादा है, और उससे वाटर डेफिसिट एरिया में जहां पे पानी कम है। वो काम कौन करता है? आपका नेशनल रिवर लिंकिंग प्रोजेक्ट, NRLP। अब उसी NRLP ने 3 रिवर का लिंकिंग प्रपोज किया है। कौन कौन है? पर इज ओरिजिनेटिंग फ्रॉम नासिक इन महाराष्ट्र, तापी फ्रॉम सतपुड़ा ओरिजिनेट होता है, नर्मदा फ्रॉम मध्य प्रदेश। और इसी रिवर इंटरलिंकिंग के लिए इन्होंने 7 डैम्स का कंस्ट्रक्शन भी इंक्लूड किया है। 7 डैम: झेरी, मोहन कचकचली, पैखाड़, चसमांड, चिक्कर, दबदर एंड केलवान, ऑफ विच 1 इज इन महाराष्ट्र। बस एक महाराष्ट्र में और बाकी गुजरात। समझ में आया टॉपिक क्या है? बेसिकली रिवर इंटरलिंकिंग प्रोजेक्ट चल रहा है। 3 रिवर्स को इंटरलिंक करने का प्रपोजल दिया है NRLP ने, वो है तापी, नर्मदा और पर। सिग्निफिकेंस क्या होगा? बेसिकली सिग्निफिकेंस विल बी दैट देयर विल बी सेविंग ऑफ वाटर इन द सरदार सरोवर डैम। जो अभी सरदार सरोवर डैम इज बेसिकली यूज्ड इरिगेशन इन द सौराष्ट्र रीजन। आई होप दैट अब आप लोगों को पता होगा कि ये डैम किस रिवर पे बिल्ड है। विच रिवर पे बिल्ड है बताओ तो? द सरदार सरोवर डैम इज बिल्ड ऑन विच रिवर? दिस इज बिल्ड ऑन रिवर नर्मदा। क्लियर? And this will assist in generation of your hydropower through powerhouses installed in the 4 dam sites. Flood relief to the people भी मिलेगा, क्योंकि जो डाउनस्ट्रीम रह रहे हैं, अगर वहां पे बहुत ज्यादा पानी आने लगे तो फ्लडिंग होगी। बट इफ वी डायरेक्ट दैट वाटर इनटू डैम्स, देयर विल बी लेस रिस्क ऑफ फ्लडिंग। ओके, बेसिकली बट हाउएवर कुछ डीमेरिट्स भी हैं, दैट देयर आर कंसर्न्स दैट ट्राइबल रिसाइडिंग सबमर्जेंस ऑफ लैंड भी हो सकता है, जहां पे ट्राइबल रह रहे हैं उस लैंड का सबमर्जेंस भी हो सकता है, डिस्प्लेसमेंट ऑफ द पीपल एंड लॉस ऑफ लाइवलीहुड। ये तो हर डैम कंस्ट्रक्शन में ये थ्रेट या ये डिसएडवांटेज दिखाई देता है। क्लियर? ओके। सेमीकंडक्टर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इन इंडिया, दिस इज ऑल्सो अगेन देखो सेमीकंडक्टर आ गया, इज इज द ब्रेन ऑफ ऑल इलेक्ट्रॉनिक गुड्स। द कमिटी विल बी चेयर्ड बाय मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स एंड योर MEIT, द मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स एंड टेलीकम्युनिकेशन। क्लियर? मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स एंड टेक्नोलॉजी। ओके, या, and the Ministry of State will be the vice chairperson. Okay, semiconductor committee will be set up. उसके हेड होंगे आपके MEITY मिनिस्ट्री, जो मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी उसके मिनिस्टर। एंड व्हाट विल बी द एम टू डेवलप सस्टेनेबल सेमीकंडक्टर एंड डिस्प्ले इकोसिस्टम इन इंडिया। क्लियर? और उसके लिए इन्वेस्टमेंट को प्रमोट किया जाएगा, फाइनेंसिंग मैकेनिज्म प्रोवाइड किया जाएगा, ग्लोबल एंगेजमेंट, R&D, इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी एटसेट्रा विल बी सपोर्टेड। क्लियर? Till this point everything is clear. I hope everything is clear till this point. Semiconductor is very important for your upcoming examination. Clear? Let us move to the next topic, and I hope that semiconductor is clear to you. Let us see what is next. Next is your zero defect, zero effect Z certification scheme. Okay, basically zero defect and zero effect. This scheme accounts for productivity, quality, pollution mitigation, energy efficiency, financial status, human resource, technology depth, including design and IPR in both product and processes. Basically zero defect, zero effect is about process and products, उनके quality और जितने भी मैंने अभी words बोले उनको ensure करने के लिए। The MSME जो है will be assessed and rated on defined enabler and outcome parameters on operational level indicators, जो और MSME को रैंक किया जाएगा उनके प्रोडक्ट और प्रोसेस के ऊपर कि उनका ये कितना ज्यादा बेटर है। दिस रैंकिंग विल बी एज ब्रॉन्ज, सिल्वर, गोल्ड, डायमंड एंड प्लैटिनम एंटरप्राइजेस। 50 पैरामीटर से बना है हमारा Z रेटिंग, एडिशनल 25 पैरामीटर्स for Z defense rating under the Z maturity assessment model, which will be the implementation agency, the QCI, Quality Council of India, which we have already learned in the previous slide, and this QCI has been appointed as National Monitoring and Implementation Unit for Z. Clear? Basically, subsidy will also be given to MSME as per the following structure: 80% subsidy to micro enterprises, 60% to small, and 50% to medium. Clear? There is provision for additional subsidy for women, SC/ST and entrepreneurs also in MSME if they are having, and in the national northeast region, Himalayan region, Alien Territory, Aspirational District, etc. It will cover both manufacturing in the first phase and service in the second phase. Clear? Fine. Next topic is Pradhan Mantri Formalization of Micro Food Processing Enterprise Scheme. Again, it's a central sponsored scheme. Now, I hope that you know what is central sector and central sponsored. The aim is to provide the finance, technicality and business support for upgradation of existing micro food processing enterprises. जो आपके माइक्रो फूड प्रोसेसिंग एंटरप्राइजेस हैं उनको बढ़ावा देने के लिए आपके ये PMFE स्कीम आई है. Capacity building of entrepreneurs through technical knowledge, skill training and hand holding support system. Support will also be given to your self-help groups, FPO, producer cooperatives, etc. Clear? Okay. Support will be transitioned into a formal framework for registration under the regulatory framework. There will be increase in the access to credit to existing micro food processing entrepreneurs for their technology upgradation. Basically, इनको जो है जितने भी आपके माइक्रो फूड प्रोसेसिंग यूनिट्स हैं उनको टेक्नोलॉजी को अपग्रेड करना है, उसके लिए हेल्प दिया जाएगा अंडर दिस स्कीम. अंडरस्टूड? ब्रांडिंग इनहांस होगी, मार्केटिंग, इंटीग्रेशन एक्सेट्रा. 5 पीरियड के लिए इम्प्लीमेंटेशन है 2020 से 2024. आउटले है 10,000 करोड़. सेंट्रली स्पॉन्सर्ड है, मतलब कि बस सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट फंडिंग नहीं करेगी, जो सेंट्रल और स्टेट गवर्नमेंट मिलके फंडिंग करेंगे. 60 सेंटर, 40 स्टेट. और इफ टॉकिंग अबाउट योर नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न एंड हिमालयन स्टेट तो 90:10. 90% will be given by center, 10% by state. 60-40 with UT and 100% for the other UT. 60% UT उनके लिए जिसके पास लेजिस्लेटर है, लेकिन उनके लिए जिनके पास लेजिस्लेचर नहीं है, डायरेक्टली कंट्रोल्ड है सेंटर के, तो वो 100% फंडिंग होगा सेंटर से. क्लियर? फाइन. नेक्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज योर ड्राफ्ट कॉफी प्रमोशन एंड डेवलपमेंट बिल ऑफ 2022. सबसे पहले तो आप लोग जान लो कॉफी एक्ट क्या है. कॉफी एक्ट केम इन 1942 ड्यूरिंग द वर्ल्ड वॉर II in order to protect the struggling Indian coffee industry from economic downturn caused by the war. अब इस एक्ट से कॉफी बोर्ड भी सेटअप हुआ था. पिछले प्रीलिम्स में टी बोर्ड ऑफ इंडिया केम इनटू क्वेश्चन पेपर. नाउ कॉफी बोर्ड इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. You should understand. Coffee board comes under Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Why this new bill has been came? To facilitate the ease of doing business, and this will remove the restrictive and redundant provisions to introduce a simplified version of Coffee Act to suit the present need of the industry. Felicitate coffee growners को help करेंगे. Okay, it will be shifted. Basically, ये जो कॉफी बोर्ड है जो आपकी कॉमर्स इंडस्ट्री में आता है, दैट विल बी शिफ्टेड टू मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर, सो दैट देयर इज द ensuring that all the benefits of agriculture scheme are also given to the coffee growners. Remember this point. Clear? Yeah. Moving ahead, let us see. Next function of the board. These include support for production, quality management, skill development, scientific and technical research, global best practices, etc. There will be proper promotion for the development of coffee industry through expanding the cash crops, sustainable cultivation. This is everything about it. You should understand. Clear? Yeah. Moving ahead, again draft coal logistic policy of 2022. What is it about? बेसिकली कोल लॉजिस्टिक का मतलब क्या होता है? ट्रांसपोर्टेशन. कोल लॉजिस्टिक मीन्स ट्रांसपोर्ट ऑफ कोल फ्रॉम द ओरिजिन टू डेस्टिनेशन थ्रू सिंगल या मल्टी मोडल मोड ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्टेशन. मतलब कि या तो वो हो सकता है कुछ दूरी तक ट्रक से जाए, है ना, और वहां पे जाके ट्रेन से चले जाए, तो रोल टू रोल बोल रहे हैं, रेल टू रोड टू रेल हो गया, ये तो मल्टी मोडल हो गया। क्लियर? पॉलिसी क्या एम करती है? बेसिकली पॉलिसी एम्स टू आइडेंटिफाई, इवैल्यूएट एंड एलिमिनेट गैप्स इन एग्जिस्टिंग कोल इवैक्यूएशन इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, जितने भी गैप्स हैं, और ट्रांसपोर्टेशन ऑफ कोल्स फ्रॉम द माइंस टू प्लांट। Okay, basically it is aiming to provide a seamless transportation of coal from the destination, from the origin to the destination. There is also a coal vision of 2030 that has been commissioned in 2017. Clear? You should also know about it. जिसमें coal demand was estimated to be around between 1300 to 1900 MT per annum by 2030. Clear? Okay. Next is your MARG portal. The full form is Mentorship, Advisory, Assistance, Resilience and Growth. This portal is to facilitate the mentorship for the startup across diverse sectors, functions, stages, geographies and background. Basically ये ऐसा पोर्टल है जो आपको मेंटरशिप प्रोवाइड करेगा स्टार्टअप के लिए। क्लियर? गाइडेंस प्रोवाइड करेगा, हैंड होल्डिंग प्रोवाइड करेगा, मेंटरशिप प्रोवाइड करेगा, एंड टाइमली ट्रैकिंग विल आल्सो बी देयर कि हमारे मेंटरशिप का आपको क्या फायदा हो रहा है। अंडरस्टूड? सो यही आपको जानना है। मार्क पोर्टल वाज रिसेंटली सीन इन द न्यूज, रेफर्स टू व्हाट? दिस इज अ पोर्टल फॉर गिविंग अ पुश टू द स्टार्टअप गाइडेंस। Critical information infrastructure very important. Why it is important? Let us see. Basically जो IT Act है 2000 का, that defines your CII. CII होता क्या है? As a computer resource, the incapacitation or destruction of which shall have a debilitating impact on national security, economy, public health और safety. ये एक ऐसा इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है, टेक्नोलॉजिकल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, कि अगर वो कभी इनकैपेसिटेट हो जाए, मतलब कि चलना बंद हो जाए या उसका कुछ हैक हो जाए, तो दैट विल हैव ए वेरी ग्रेट इम्पैक्ट ऑन नेशनल सिक्योरिटी, इकोनॉमी, पब्लिक हेल्थ और सेफ्टी। अंडर द एक्ट ऑफ IT एक्ट ऑफ 2000, गवर्नमेंट के पास पावर है दैट टू डिक्लेयर एनी डेटा, डेटाबेस, IT नेटवर्क एज CII, वो डिक्लेयर कर सकते हैं। क्लियर? पेनाल्टी, any person who secures access or attempts to secure access to a protected system will be punished with a jail term up to 10 years. Understood? Clear? Okay. Next is your Warehousing Development and Regulation Act. Basically this act came into picture in 2007 but started operating in 2010. गवर्नमेंट इसी एक्ट के अंदर पे वेयर हाउसिंग डेवलपमेंट एंड रेगुलेटरी अथॉरिटी को भी स्टैब्लिश करती है टू इंश्योर साइंटिफिक स्टोरेज बाय प्रिस्क्राइबिंग इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर एंड प्रोसीजरल स्टैंडर्ड। प्रॉपर स्टोरेज के लिए, वेयर हाउसिंग मतलब स्टोरेज हुआ ना। कैप्टिव वेयर हाउसिंग सच एज दोज ऑफ द FCI आर आल्सो एक्सक्लूडेड फ्रॉम एम्बिट ऑफ द एक्ट। रिमेंबर, प्रीलिम्स में अगर क्वेश्चन आ गया इंक्लूडेड तो एलिमिनेट करना है, ठीक है? Super Vasuki. What is this? Basically, it's a 3.5 kilometer long freight train that is run by Southeast Central Railways. And this is the longest and the heaviest freight train ever run by railways. Okay, adding the train takes about 4 minutes to cross the station. 4 मिनट लगते हैं भैया इस क्रॉस करने को एक स्टेशन, इतनी लंबी ट्रेन है। सबसे लॉन्गेस्ट और हेवीएस्ट फ्रीट ट्रेन है सुपर वासुकी। रिमेंबर, this was formed by amalgamating 5 rakes of goods train as one unit. Okay, the railway plans to use arrangement more frequently. Basically इसका एम है कोल ट्रांसपोर्ट के लिए, ऐसा नहीं कि कोल के अलावा कुछ नहीं, नो, अपार्ट फ्रॉम कोल ऑल्सो, बट मेन फोकस इज कोल। सिग्निफिकेंस, अर्लियर इन 2002 कोल शॉर्टेज की वजह से बहुत सारे पावर क्राइसिस हुए, तो अब नहीं करना है, क्योंकि अगर आप कोल प्रॉपर और अबंडेंस क्वांटिटी में इफ यू आर ट्रांसपोर्टिंग, वी कैन एलिमिनेट द प्रॉब्लम। क्लियर? फाइन। नेक्स्ट इज बोर्ड ऑफ ट्रेड. बेसिकली बोर्ड ऑफ ट्रेड वाज कॉन्स्टिट्यूटेड बाय मर्जिंग टू बोर्ड्स. फर्स्ट इज योर काउंसिल फॉर ट्रेड डेवलपमेंट एंड प्रमोशन विद द बोर्ड ऑफ ट्रेड इन 2019. ये दो को मिला के आपका बोर्ड ऑफ ट्रेड बनता है. वर्क क्या है? ये गवर्नमेंट को एडवाइस करता है ऑन पॉलिसी मेजर्स कनेक्टेड विद फॉरेन ट्रेड पॉलिसी in order to achieve objective of boosting India's trade. ठीक है? It advises to government. Also, it provides a platform to the state and UT for the state-oriented perspective in the trade policy. Okay, basically it is also providing platform where Indian government can test that how state governments and UT are working depending upon the global level. So that is why this board of trade is very important for all these reasons you can see here. Clear? Fine. Next topic, very important again, is your National Logistic Policy of 2002. Basically, logistic meaning is transportation. Logistic में आपका क्या क्या आता है? Planning, coordinating, storing, moving resources, etc. And this logistic policy aim क्या है? That we should be reducing the cost of logistics from 14 to 18% of the GDP to global best practices of 8%. मतलब इतने से हमको 8% आना है by 2030. Clear? ये 8% अभी अगर की बात करें, if we talk about present scenario, तो ऐसा 8% we can see in US, South Korea, Singapore, certain European nations also they are having. And also to improve the country's ranking in logistic performance index, okay, you should be doing it. Creating data driven decision support system that will provide a very efficient logistic ecosystem. Okay. The most important fact is to remember this one. SaaS, very important. Software as a service. Basically it's a distribution model where a cloud computing आप लोगों को पता होगा, host applications and make them accessible to end users online. Basically, it is having services from GitHub, Adobe, Google Workspace, among others. Okay. Basically, this software as a service is providing us with various options with which we want it. Key feature क्या है? It is rented from a software vendor who also provide technical support. Rented होता है ये. It is on the subscription basis and it can be accessed on multiple devices. बहुत सारे devices पे आप access कर सकते हैं. Mobile, laptop, tablet, etc. Okay? Yes. Along with it, infrastructure as service. It is one of the three main types of cloud computing. Where a business rent out entire digital infrastructure, okay, for managing the business operation. Basically, this is a rented type. Rented होता है ये ताकि our work gets digital on digital mode. उसके लिए SaaS is used. Okay, 3 types है. आपका SaaS है एक, उसके बाद आपका IAS है infrastructure as service और है आपका platform as service. SaaS, IaaS and PaaS. Fine? Okay. Next is your National E-Governance System, National E-Governance Service Limited, NESL. Basically, this is an information utility. It's a service, basically providing service, and this is appointed by IBI, Insolvency Bankruptcy Board of India. And this was registered, this NECL was registered as IU by IBBI in 2017. This is owned by government, remember it, and it is governed by IBBI regulations of 2017. What is the main aim? Basically, main aim is to serve as clearing house for legal evidence, collecting informations on any claim or debt that has been made. Okay, basically National E-Governance Service Limited. Word से समझ में आ रहा है कि it is providing digital government services such as your all these which have been mentioned here. Clear? As per RBI regulation of 2017, RBI compulsory बोलता है कि every bank send financial information about car holders to NECL. को भेजना ही है information as per RBI regulation of 2017. Clear? Okay. Next is Symphon. Basically, what is it? Symphon will provide a one-stop solution and it will eliminate all the problems that are faced by tourists and the tour operators carrying out the operations for the visitors. Okay, this is the aim of it. Basically, remember this fact that on 27th of September, World Tourism Day is celebrated since 1980. Okay, you can understand it. Fine. Basically, ये tourism support के लिए है, tourism को बढ़ावा देने के लिए है by removing all the obstacles which are faced by your visitors and your आपके tour guiders. Clear? Okay. नेक्स्ट इज योर अटल पेंशन योजना. अगेन वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, 2015 में लॉन्च हुआ था. इट विल प्रोवाइड पेंशन सोशल सिक्योरिटी फॉर द पीपल वर्किंग इन अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड सेक्टर as people working in such group mainly belong to low income group. Remember unorganized के लिए अटल पेंशन. Eligibility, any citizens from the age group of 18 to 14 having a saving bank account or post office saving bank account. Next eligibility, the co-contribution of Government of India is available for 5 years, and for those who are not covered by any statutory social security scheme and are not income tax payer. मतलब कि ये होना चाहिए eligibility. Clear? वो जो person है that वो दूसरा benefit नहीं लेना चाहिए और वो income tax payer नहीं होना चाहिए. Which body will be administering this? PFRDA, that is your Pension Fund Regulatory Development Authority. Clear? Coverage, let us see what is the coverage. Coverage will be all states will be covered, all UTs will be covered. Is open to all bank account holders who are not members of any other social security pension scheme. Guaranteed pension ranges from 1000 to 5000 per month. डिपेंडिंग अपॉन कि आप कितना कंट्रीब्यूट कर रहे हो. 60 साल की उम्र से स्टार्ट होगा पेंशन मिलना. एक बार सब्सक्राइबर की डेथ हो गई या इफ पासेस अवे, द स्पाउस विल रिसीव द सेम पेंशन. और अगर दोनों पास अवे हो जाते हैं देन द नॉमिनी विल रिसीव पेंशन वेल्थ अप टू द एज ऑफ 60. अभी रिसेंट में कुछ डिसीजंस लिए गए हैं दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर योर प्रीलिम्स एग्जामिनेशन. रिसेंटली एलिजिबिलिटी that any citizen who is or has been an income taxpayer shall not be eligible to join Atal Pension Yojana. अगर आप income taxpayer हो तो you will not be able to join it. This rule has came into effect from October 1st. However, they will receive money accumulated in respective account. Clear? मतलब आप अगर इस टाइम पीरियड तक इनकम टैक्स पेयर नहीं हो और इस टाइम पीरियड तक आप हो तो आपको इतना पैसा तो मिलेगा ही जितना आपने जमा किया था, इसके बाद से नहीं मिलेगा, ये बोला जा रहा है. क्लियर? ओके. नेक्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक इज योर 81 बॉन्ड्स. बेसिकली दीज आर अनसेक्योर्ड परपेचुअल बॉन्ड्स which is raised by banks to shore up their core capital base to meet Basel III norms. I hope that 81 bonds are you must have learned in the economics also. ये एक तरह के अनसिक्योर्ड होते हैं, परपेचुअल होते हैं, इनको बैंक्स रेज करते हैं टू मीट अप देयर कोर कैपिटल. क्लियर? देयर आर 2 रूट्स जिससे हम ये बॉन्ड्स को एक्वायर कर सकते हैं. फर्स्ट इज योर इनिशियल प्राइवेट प्लेसमेंट ऑफर्स फॉर 81 एंड सेकेंड इज सेकेंड मार्केट बायर्स ऑलरेडी ट्रेडेड मार्केट में. ठीक है. रिटर्न्स, these bonds returns higher returns to the investor, but compared with other debt products, these instruments carry high risk as well. High risk है इसलिए आपको high return मिलना है. Clear? High risk है इसलिए आपको high returns मिलेगा. I hope this point is clear to you. Basically, these are subordinate to the all other debt and only senior to common equity. Mutual funds are among the largest investors in 81 bonds. Remember it. Okay, this bond is also having a call option which can be used by the banks to buy these bonds back from the investor. Very important. Call option का मतलब ये होता है कि बैंक वापस से बॉन्ड खरीद सकते हैं इन्वेस्टर्स से. कॉल. क्लियर? These bonds cannot be returned to the issuing bank by investor and receive a cash refund. ऐसा नहीं हो सकता, इसीलिए इसमें रिटर्न्स ज्यादा है और रिस्क भी ज्यादा है. ओके. अगर कैपिटल रेशियो फॉल हो जाता है तो दे मे चूज टू फॉरगो इंटरेस्ट पेमेंट फॉर स्पेसिफिक ईयर्स एंड इवन रिड्यूस द बॉन्ड फेस वैल्यू. बैंक ऐसा कर सकते हैं. ओके, you need to understand it. Other thing is that RBI may ask to cancel the outstanding 81 bonds without first gathering input from the investor. अगर आरबीआई को लगता है कि बैंक इज इन डेंजर और वो कभी भी कोलैप्स हो सकता है तो पहले वो आरबीआई विल से टू बैंक कि पहले आप अपने जितने भी आउटस्टैंडिंग 81 बॉन्ड्स है उसको क्लियर करिए. ऐसा आरबीआई कर सकता है. क्लियर? So I hope till this point everything is clear to you. And we have completed our economy module. This was the last topic. 81 bonds was the last topic for the upcoming prelims examinations. And I hope till this point you have enjoyed the lecture, you have enjoyed the session. I have covered economy in a very holistic way. All the things which were in news I have already told you, I have already discussed with you. In case any doubts is having, you can comment in the comment section, and for the PDF we will be giving that PDF in your description box. With this, I am taking a leave from you all, and I hope that you liked the lecture. Thank you for your patience. Keep subscribing, keep sharing, and keep liking the videos, and keep motivating as you all are doing. And with this, next lecture coming up, next session will be coming up, and the last session for the prelims bites will be your environment. In that, I will be covering each report, each species news, every organization in news, and all the other concepts which are important for your examinations. So with this, let us meet in the next session. Till then, keep revising and stay motivated.